Watch guys, you join me back on the bank. It's Friday the 1st of October and I'm down on Coking Farm. I'm on Oak Lake. I'm in swim 25. I'll show you the peg in a bit and scan it round. But what it means basically is I'm on the end of an island and I've got the complete end bank of the island to fish to and a little bit of open water. It's one of the fisheries where you book the swim in advance and you take your chance really. So yeah, if the fish are showing down the other end, you've got no chance of getting on them, you're in this swim for the session. Now I was going to go somewhere else this weekend, but when I was looking through social media I saw a couple of swims came through, this swim and the swim next door, and I think they're pretty good swims on the lake. So I thought, you know what, I'll jump on it because everywhere else is absolutely rammed. I just can't believe how busy all the lakes are. Anyway, I've got down here about lunchtime. I was going to put the rods out first, then it started to rain. So I put the house up, got everything in there. I mean, the car's just behind the bivvy, so it's a nice, easy setup. You know, you can't park behind the bivvy, set it up, and I'm picking them away. Don't know if that was a duck just then. Keep an eye on that. Duck or a liner. But that's my right hand rod, which is the closest rod to me on the end of the island, on the tip of the point of the island. There was a duck in the area. I didn't actually hear him splash around, he was just swimming through. But we'll see what happens. But yeah, so I've got the house up because it did start raining. Basically, I got down, I wanted to get the rods out first. I put the pod up, I was getting the rods out the bag, and then it started coming down, and I thought, house up, and then rods out. I'm using the bait boat on this session, and I've put all rods out using the bait boat, and I've got all three rods close to the island. I'm not using the open water. I've not got much open water in front of me here. The swim next door commands most of the open water, but I have got a little bit. But I'm going to concentrate on the edge of the islands and see what happens and see if we get any activity. I've not seen any fish in this area. I have seen them on the point of the island to my left. So I've got my island in front of me here, bit of open water, and the left hand island. And I've seen a couple of fish show on the tip of the left hand island. The wind direction, it's been hacking down. It is a, not too sure what it is. I think it's a southwesterly, but it's coming from my right to my left. The area I'm fishing is flat calm over there. It's on the back of the wind, blocked by the island, and all the flotsam on the water is all sort of collecting in that area, whereas the point on the other island is being battered by the wind. So that could have some bearing on where the fish may be. But like I say, you've got to be in it to win it. You choose your swim, you take your chance. I've just got to hope that there's some fish milling around in front of me. Now there are some absolute whackers in here. I think they go, over 45 pound. So there's some monsters in here, quite a few 30s. So there's a lot to fish for. It'd be nice for one of them to pick the bait up. But you know me, I'm happy if I get a fish. So let's just hope something happens. I've had a couple of twitches on the left hand rod. Just had that knock on the right hand rod. Now the twitches on the left hand rod again could be foul. There's a few ducks in the area, but I haven't seen them actually diving down on the bait. So, and I've not put a lot of bait out, just a handful of, I'm using crushed boilies, some whole boilies, a bit of house pellet I bought in the shop, and a sprinkling of sweet corn, just literally about 15-20 grains of sweet corn. Now the left hand rod is just the wafter, the right hand and middle rod are wafters, but with a tiny 8mm yellow pop-up, snipped in half. So I've just tipped each boilie with a little bit of yellow, hoping that if they get on the corn, there's a little bit of a sight for them to pick that up as well. Plastic baits are banned on here, so you can't use your fake sweet corn, hence the reason I'm using cut down pop-ups in the yellow colour. So we'll see what it gives. Yeah, I thought I was going to go that right hand rod then, so got a bit excited. Anyway, I'm all set up. The house needs a little bit of a tidy, but I'm fishing and I'm feeling good. And after putting the house up, as you can see, the sun's come out, so it's actually really quite pleasant at the moment. I think the forecast is for showers and wind and etc, etc, although I do think it's going to spin round tomorrow and start coming into my face. So we'll see what gives, and hopefully the carp gods are shining down on us and they let us have one. Anyway, I'll catch you in a bit. Afternoon guys, just coming up to 5 o'clock. Had a bit of a disaster. Had the rods out, had a few twitches. Thought I'd make myself a cup of tea. No milk, left the milk in the fridge at home. So I had to wind in, and yeah, as I was winding in I saw a fish crash out a couple of swims down on against the island. Thought, well, that looks good. So anyway, I reeled in, gone down the local garage, got some milk, come back. I had 2 rods out and I heard a commotion a couple of swims down, and the fella down there just had a 26 pounder, nice common. So big frame fish, looked bigger. I was all quite surprised when it weighed 26, but we weighed it on a couple of sets of scales and that's what it is. But stunning fish nonetheless, so yeah, good to see him coming out. But anyway, so come back, put the 3rd rod out, and yeah, it's all set up again, same spots as I was in before. I just had a funny sort of indication on the middle rod. It went up a bit, down, up a bit, down. One of those ones, should I eat it or shouldn't I? Anyway, I didn't. I've left it there and it's settled down again. I was looking to see if there's any ducks or anything in the area. I couldn't see any, so it could just be a liner, or it could have been done, who knows. But anyway, I'm leaving it there. We'll see what happens. And yeah, just the sun's just, it's still been sunny. It's been really hard to see. When I was putting the baits back out with the boat, the sun's glistening so hard off the water, it's really hard to see where I was actually putting them. So there's a little bit of a guesswork as to how close they are to the bank. Literally I was blinded that much, I couldn't see much. But a bit of cloud cover at the moment, and yeah, it's looking good. The wind's still coming down here, but yeah, we'll see what happens. It looks like I've got a new neighbour just turning up. So anyway, I'm going to sit down, relax, and I'll catch you in a little while. Good evening guys, just getting on for 6:30. Not a lot to report. I've had a few twitches, a few knocks. Thought the right hand rod was going to go earlier, but it didn't. Yeah, so a few little knocks, a few little twitches. Absolutely gorgeous evening. Sun's just going down now, and looks like it's going to be a nice sunset. The wind's dying down a little bit, and yeah, it's all good. I've just had my dinner, nice fillet steak and salad. Just having a can of San Miguel to wash it down. And yeah, just going to sit here and chill and relax. Now, making the most of it today, because tomorrow the forecast is looking dire. The wind's going to turn right round, probably blowing right in my face, and with it, it's going to be heavy rain all day, according to the forecast. Obviously, they do get it wrong occasionally. That is what the forecast is. Pressure's meant to drop as well, which could only be a good thing for us carpers. But yeah, it's a lovely evening. I'm going to sit here, sip this, and see what gives. Catch you in a little while. Guys, 20 to 10. Left end rod pulled up nice and tight. I was convinced it was a catfish by the fight. Turned out to be a lovely £20 too. At Lake Mirror. Absolutely made up. Hell of a scrap. I'd say I thought it was a catfish. He lost the flap. £20 and 2 ounces. Oak Lake mirror. Happy days. So that was on the wafter. This was without the tipper. This had no tipper on at all. And I'll quickly show you the other side, and I'll get him back in a minute. So here's the other side, completely unblemished. What a fish. Absolutely stunning fight, I've got to say. I was convinced it was a cat. Just kept going and going. There it is, the other side. £20 and 2 ounces. Happy days. Fantastic. Well made up with that. Now I'm going to get it back, and I'll see you in a little while. Okay guys, left hand rod again. Off it went. This time, it's lovely £21 3 ounce mirror. Another tassel. Wiped my other rods out. Had it all the way over to the left, all the way in, and then all of a sudden, beep beep beep, middle rod. And beep beep beep, right hand rod, and he's over the other side, caught the lines up. Struggled to get him in. He also got stuck in the rushes, so I managed to get the net underneath him and get him in that way. But anyway, there he is, £21 free, absolutely made up. So I've got a bit of a tangle to sort out now, but it's worth it. Anyway, I'm going to show you the other side and then get it back. There we go, there's the other side of it. Stonking fish. Second one. Made up. So, anyway. Absolutely beautiful. Let's get this one back and see if we can get the rods out. So I can be fishing again. See you in a little while. Morning guys, just coming up to 7 o'clock. Hopefully you can see me in here. It's still a bit dark. It's only just getting light, and the wind is turning round. It's going the opposite direction to what it was yesterday, coming from my left to my right now. So I sit in the bank where I've got my baits. So but big story is, in the night you saw some fish shots. So yeah, happy days. 2 20s, absolutely made up. Very happy. So I've also had a few knocks, particularly on the left hand rod. It's gone up to the top a couple of times and then dropped back down. Now, is that liners? Is that fish doing me? I don't know. But one happened not long ago. One of the reasons I'm up and doing the vlog is because yeah, I got up to hit the rod and then it suddenly dropped back down. But not too sure what's happening there. I'm going to keep it out where it is for the time being. But yeah, feeling good this morning. Didn't sleep very well last night, I think, because of the action and because of the knocks I've been getting, and a little bit buzzing, so a little bit excited by it all and kept expecting it to happen. So yeah, did sleep brilliantly, and very cold yesterday evening, and going up to about the first fish, about midnight it's still cold, and then throughout the night the clouds come over and warmed it up a little bit. Not t-shirt weather, but yeah, noticeable difference between the early hours and yesterday evening. So hopefully that'll do us some good as well. But I'm going to keep my eye on the water and have the first cup of tea of the day. So catch up with you in a little while. Guys, just getting up for about 9 o'clock, and as you can see and hear, it's raining. Yeah, I've got the door up letterbox style, just because the wind is coming this way as forecast, and as you may have seen, got my brekkie on the go, so I'm going to tuck into that in a minute I'm watching that the letterbox. So I'll enjoy my breakfast. I'll catch up with you in a little while. Okay guys, just feeling really sorry for myself. I'll go through that in a minute. But left hand rod was away again. £30 too. Absolutely gorgeous fish, lovely colours, nice sort of amber, sort of peachy colours going on. Like I say, lovely scrap. Came up on the surface pretty quick, and yeah, got it in. No hassles. But what a lovely fish. Absolutely made up. It's what we come here for. £30 2 ounces. Third fish of the session. Now I'm umming and ahhing whether to pack up and go home, and Gary behind the camera knows why, and I'll go through that in a minute. But all the time they're coming like this, it makes it a bit hard to make that decision. But I'll show you the other side. Absolute stonker. Now he wants to go. And there we go, there's the other side. Absolutely buzzing, man. Made up. Happy, 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 happy days. Okay guys, catch up time. It's just on 3 o'clock. And I've had that £30 2 ounce mirror. Absolutely stunning fish. Lovely colours on it. Nice sort of amber, peachy sort of colours going on. Yeah, made up. Absolutely made up with that. That came on a left hand rod, the same rods that all the fish have come to so far. I've just had a knock on the middle rod, which I thought was a fish, but nothing there. Well, I didn't hit it, it just went to the top and stopped, and then I've noticed the line wasn't tight, so I've just pulled it back down. Anyway, so hopefully the footage of the £30 has come out okay. It's absolutely teeming down, as you can probably hear, and I got drenched to the bone recasting or putting the rods out earlier. And I had a bit of a disaster. Like I say, I put the 3 rods out. I was sitting here this morning, I thought, right, I'm going to rebait. The rain is not going to give up till tonight. So I thought, okay, I'll put the fresh baits on, get them back out there. Got absolutely drenched doing that. I thought, right, once I've got it done, I've got in the bivvy, I'll sit the door down. I thought, nice, I can relax now, have a cup of tea. And then all of a sudden, boom, the front of the bivvy's taken off. I've had to reach up and grab hold of the front door and put it down, and honestly I was using all my weight and strength I've got to hold this bivvy to the floor. It was literally trying to lift me off the bed chair, the wind, such strength lifting the front of the bivvy, because obviously the wind had turned around and it's coming straight into the door. I've got a peak on the front, and I think that also caught the wind. Absolute nightmare. Fortunately, Gary in the swim next door came and helped. I got his attention, and another fella down the bank saw what was going on and came and gives a hand, and between the 3 of us we managed in the wind to swing it round so the back's facing the wind. But that did mean all my gear was actually getting drenched in the process, so everything's got soaked. I've got soaked, bed chairs soaked, everything is drenched. So I was feeling a bit sorry for myself. Most of the stuff's in the car, because I thought I'd get it in there when I was moving the stuff from the old position to here to protect it. But yeah, so a lot of the stuff's in the car. I've got the bare essentials in the bivvy, and yeah, it's pretty grim. I can't see my rods at the moment where I am. I've got it facing the other way, so I'll show you what I mean. So the rods are down there. Which means it's not ideal conditions for vlogging. I can't get my camera out with proper camera. This is on my phone, so it's not great. So there's not going to be much footage, unfortunately. Now, I was thinking just for that £30 whether I should call it quits and go home. I was feeling a bit down, a bit sorry for myself. Now I'm not too sure. I think I'm keeping most of the gear in the car, bare essentials in the bivvy. I mean, it's safe. I'm dry-ish now, although I think the bivvy is going to start leaking at some point, because I'm on a bit of a slope, and the way the angle of the roof is not allowing the water to drain off, which is an absolute pain in the you know what. Anyway, so rods are back out, all 3 rods are out. I haven't touched the middle and right hand rod since I put them out before the bivvy blew over. Left hand rod I've put back in the same spot, same rig, where I had that 30 and the other 2 20s. So let's suck it and see what gives, see how I feel later. Yeah, but this rain is meant to stay here till sort of 9-10 o'clock tonight, and then it's meant to stop. But whether that's going to be the case, who knows. Anyway, I'm waffling. That's been the catch up, and I'll catch you in a little while. Watch guys, it's 20 to 6 and I've had a few knocks and bleeps. I've also moved the bivvy back to where it was, almost pretty much the same position. The wind's turned completely round on itself, but what wind there is, it's actually pretty calm out there at the moment, although we've still got quite a bit of rain, drizzly sort of rain. Now the rain is meant to be here till 9-10 o'clock tonight, so I took the effort to move the bivvy so I can be nearer the rods and actually see the rods and watch the water, which is good because while I've been sitting here I've seen a couple of fish show in the open water in my area. So I've reeled the right handed rod in, put a fresh bait on and put it out with a bait boat where I've seen a couple of fish just swirling, not proper crashing, just coming up and dipping back down. So a good sign. So yes, I've just put my right hand rod is now my left hand rod rod's now my middle rod, etc, etc. So I've not touched the right hand rod, although before it gets dark I might just reposition that as well. That's got a pop-up on it at the moment and I've had a few knocks and twitches on it, and I'm not too sure exactly what's going on, but yeah, I'm not overconfident with the pop-up, but we'll see how I feel. But I probably will reposition that one in the same spot with fresh bait on the same rig as I'm catching on, which is my doubled over rigidity, which you've seen many times. What I'll try and do is do another tutorial of how to tie it soon. So yeah, I'll do that at some point. Like I say, at the moment filming has not been easy. These conditions, it's very wet, very damp. Yeah, it's actually really quite uncomfortable, especially now I've moved my bivvy twice and everything's wet. I'm wet. I've changed my clothes once, but I'm getting a bit damp again. So I'll probably have to change at least my top half before I jump in the bag later. But yeah, that's a catch up done. I'll show you the swim. And you can see how calm it is out there. It's, yeah, really calmed down quite a lot. So, catch you in a while. Good morning guys, it's just coming up to 7:30 and I'm still here. I'm still bearing it out even though all the gear's damp and soggy. But yeah, so I'm still here, still fishing, but as you could tell from the lack of footage in the night, I didn't catch anything. So quiet on the fishing front. Let me just pour me water in. So what did happen, I got woken up about 1 o'clock by a fellow couple of swims down, go and take some pictures of a 16-pound ghostie he had. And then a little while later, my right hand rod shot to the top, stayed there, and I hit it and nothing there, and I didn't even bother putting it back out. I was pretty knackered, so I just left that, and also just left it, reeled it in and just left the rod on the pod, didn't put it back out there. And that's the state of play. I've had a few knocks and twitches, you know, I've been a few times in the night, I've ripped the bag off, put my boots on, ready to run out, and I think I actually did a couple of times, but yeah, only for the bobbins just to settle down in the original position. So that's a state of play. I have since I woke up this morning, I've put the right end rod back out, slightly different spot. It's not as close to the island. Yeah, so that's going to be there until it goes or I go. So same with all the rods, I'm not going to touch them now. They're out there until I pack up or something picks them up. So that's the state of play. Still a lot of damp gear in the car, and yeah, like I say, everything's still pretty wet. Top of the sleeping bag's all wet where the chair got soaked in the rain, so it's been pretty uncomfortable, to be honest, but worth bearing out. I mean, I could have packed up straight away when that bivvy blew yesterday, but I'd have missed out on that 30 pounder, so I'm glad I did stay. Let's see what happens. Got a few hours left, got to be off here by midday. It's now 7:30, so there's a chance. We'll see what gives. Anyway, I'll catch you in a little while. Watch, guys, I've got about half hour left before the session ends, and most of the gear is packed away in the car. The rods are still out and the essentials are still out, but apart from that, I'm pretty much ready to go home. Nothing to report from this morning, no action. I've had a few little twitches, little knocks like I was getting in the night, but nothing positive. But like I say, the rods are still out, so there's still a chance, you never know. But turned out to be a really nice morning. The sun's burnt through the clouds, and like I say, the wind has picked up though, and it's blowing straight into my face again, like it was yesterday when it did pull the bivvy over. So like I say, all packed down, nothing to report. Looks like the end of the session. So been a successful session. Would have been nice to get something overnight or this morning, make that staying worthwhile, because as you know, yesterday I was right down in the dumps. I was drenched to the bone. The fellow who helped me yesterday with the bivvy, he said he would have just packed up and gone home. He would never have done what I'd done and sat it out with everything soaking wet. But I did. It wasn't too bad in the end last night. It was quite comfortable once I was in the bag with dry clothes on. Always have a set of dry clothes in the car or to hand. You never know when you're going to need them, and I needed them last night, so that's my tip from this session. But yeah, been a successful session, couple of 20s and a 30, absolutely made up, can't complain. If anything happens, I will let you know, obviously, and get the camera up, but the camera will be going away in a second. So this is only my second trip out since my sort of 3 venues in a week session that I've done. I did go out last week for 24 hours at Watergate, and I didn't have anything. I lost 2. I've lost one in the pads, which I might show you a little clip of, and I lost one. I could have landed it almost. It was wallowing in front of me in the net, and it made one last surge for the rushes beside me. Those fish in that lake fight so hard. So that was my last session. I probably won't bother putting the vlog out. I'll just show you the clip of the fish getting away. But that's it until next time. And next time I will be on Ratfin Lake for 24 hours, and that's next Saturday night. So yeah, watch out for that one. So until then, thanks for watching, and if you're on the bank, be lucky. Take care.